Cat Country 98.1. We are very excited to have one of the girls from The Bachelor. Madison, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
I hate to describe you as this, but people will probably be most familiar with you because you have the vampire fangs on.
You know, since I like vampires, I'm okay being described that way.
Okay, very good. So many questions to ask you about The Bachelor. We've watched it every season. Was it what you expected going in?
No, it wasn't. A lot more work than I expected and very tiring, and they really kind of put you through the ringer on the whole thing. The other part that I wasn't expecting was the girl aspect. You sort of see girls fighting over the guy and that, but you don't get to see that the girls become close and they spend a ton of time with each other. And so not only are you fighting with girls, but you're fighting with sort of your friends over a guy, and that's the part that I really couldn't deal with.
Now, you're a model, so was part of the incentive to go was for the publicity of it, or did you really go with the thought that you might meet somebody?
Oh, I was mostly warned not to go, but it sounded like fun. I would love to meet a guy that really wanted to get married, and the whole experience sounded like a great idea, so I jumped in.
These girls are going to meet this guy, and automatically, as soon as they meet him, want to marry him. It just seems weird to us that no one wants to kind of get to know him a little bit before
my mind.
before they determine that he's the perfect guy for them.
You're taken away from everything, and you don't have your phone, you don't have books, you don't have internet, so basically all you have to do is fall in love.
This year it seems like Michelle is kind of being made out to be the villain. Do you feel like that's editing, or was that kind of really how it was?
Combination. Behind scenes, she was a pretty sweet girl, and we all called her Mama Michelle and got along with her, but everybody knew that she was there for the competition and that came first. At the end of the day, everything that's said is something that you have actually said.
Right. Were there girls in the house that talked about having boyfriends back home?
I think that a lot of the girls maybe had somebody that they'd seen right before they go on the show, or interest. The show asks you to stop seeing people totally before you go on the show, but it's a couple months, but I don't know any girls that had like serious boyfriends at home.
Now, your departure was pretty dramatic. Brad had kind of said to you earlier in the night, you know, if you don't want to take a rose, then just let me know when I offer it to you if I do, and then you decided to leave. What made you decide to do that?
At the end of the day, I kind of thought that if he offered me a rose, I would probably say yes and end up maybe regretting it in the morning, feeling like I had taken it from someone, and that was the last thing that I wanted. And I also didn't want to, you know, have him go to give me a rose, and you say no, and then he gives the rose to another girl, and it kind of takes away from her experience.
There was everything in the magazines this week about him having a record for some stuff that he had done when he was younger. Or you're like, oh, phew, I'm glad I got out of that, or did you just feel bad that they were digging all that stuff up?
I feel like most people probably have a skeleton if they look deep enough, and he's already said that he's a reformed bad boy.
Did you get the feeling like he was really there for love, or did you get the feeling that, yeah, that'd be great if I find somebody, but I really missed the limelight?
Time will tell.
Okay, that answer is enough because there was some silence there, so I get it. Are you going? Are you going back for the reunion show?
I hope so, yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate you calling in.
No, thank you for having me. I really